Hi, I'm Anukriti Govind Sharma and I'm here in Lucknow right now and I've come here to refuel and I am shooting this video today just to be able to have a candid conversation with you, share some thoughts and ideas of mine and to be able to tell you why it is important to wake up early morning every day and how you can do it, how you can apply certain tips and tricks to make waking up early a part of your daily schedule, a part of your daily life, and in fact a core habit of yours, because I'm going to tell you what it is really important to be able to wake up early. And I keep traveling a lot because of my work. I've met a lot of people, I've met a lot of students, entrepreneurs, businesswomen, businessmen, and creative people like artists, actors, musicians, writers, authors, poets, and all these people simply love the idea of waking up, early in the morning. This whole idea of winning the battle of the bed and putting the mind over the mattress. Creative people especially love the idea of waking up early in the morning and getting the most done throughout their day. Because let me tell you that in today's times we are actually living with a huge amount of digital distraction, dramatic digital distraction. We've got our smartphones, our laptops, our tablets, television screens. There is constant bombardment with a huge amount of information from all the different directions relating to all the different kinds of fields that are relevant to us, and most often than not, fields that are completely irrelevant to us. So, what I'm trying to tell you is that for most of the time, we are bombarded. Our poor little minds are bombarded with information that is not even relevant or important for us. And this dramatic digital distraction leads to a lot of commotion in the mind, a lot of confusion, because of which we are unable to focus or concentrate properly on our work. And when we are not able to do that, it leads to a decrease in terms of our productivity throughout the day. And the way we live our day is actually the way we live our life, because our days are nothing but a miniature of our entire life, if you think about it that way. So, creative people, productive people, successful people, business leaders, or inspirational leaders, self help leaders, leaders across the globe love the idea of waking up early in the morning. So, I'm going to dive right into it. I'm going to tell you why it is important, and I'm also going to tell you how you can do it so that waking up early can be implemented into your lives right now, right here, from today itself, and tips and tricks which can help you to not just wake up early morning tomorrow, but wake up like that for the rest of your life, and how you can hardwire this practice into your neurochemistry, your neural mental pathways, and actually make it a part and parcel of your life, convert it into a habit so that you can simply not do it. Waking up early should become a habit of yours, to a point that you are practicing it so much every day that not waking up early is simply not an option anymore. You cannot not wake up early in the morning. That is how I want you to lead your lives, and I hope that this video helps you. So I'm going to dive right in, and stay tuned right till the end of the video, because this is really high content and this video has got some hard hitting facts and tips and tricks which you can utilize to be able to follow into the footsteps of the world leaders and become world class yourself. And I have been a school teacher for a long time, and prior to that, also, about a decade ago, when I started my career, I had this habit of waking up early in the morning. And then, when I joined school, I was still waking up early in the morning because it is inevitable when you are working as a school teacher. And even now, during the lockdown, with all the schools shut down, and even my school is shut down, and we are all conducting online digital classes from home, I still wake up early in the morning and I still get the maximum work done throughout my day to ensure that I am productive to the max. And this habit of waking up early in the morning has helped me tremendously to become more productive, to be able to perform better and to be able to perform more than my counterparts, and to be able to prosper even more in my life. So always remember the three P's which are directly associated to this habit of waking up early in the morning. It's your productivity, it is your performance, as well as your prosperity. So if you want to excel in all these three areas of life, if you want to be more productive, if you want to perform better and more at the same time, and if you want your life to become more prosperous, and if you want to prosper more in your life, in your professional and your personal spheres, then trust me, waking up early in the morning is the thing for you. 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. is like the golden hour. It should be your holy hour. And 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. is really the prime time of your life when you can get the most work done. Trust me, between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., you can get more work done in a day than most people can get done in an entire month. This might sound too much, and you might tell me that Anukriti ma'am, you are going too far, but trust me, during the course of the video, I'm going to explain you just that, and you are going to be convinced about why 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. is called the prime time of your day, the prime time of your life, because within these 3 hours, if you plan well and if you decide to implement that plan really smartly and intelligently using your minds, trust me, you can get more work done in an entire day than most people can get done in an entire month. So let's get started. So what I'm going to tell you now is really going to help you get some traction onto how to integrate this wonderful habit of waking up early morning every day. So why should we wake up early morning? So let's dive into the why before diving into the how. So reason number one, let's think about the Spartan warriors back in the past and what they taught us. And they always used to say to each other and to the rest of the world that he who sweats more in training bleeds less in war. And I repeat, he who sweats more in training bleeds less in war. And what does that mean? So when you wake up early morning, you want to train yourself, you want to prepare, and you want to train your body physically, you want to train your mind, you want to train your heart, you want to train your soul, your spirit, you want to train your mindset, your heart set, and you also want to exercise and get physically fit. So when we talk of you and your existence, we have different layers of existence. The first layer of existence is the body, the physical body. So you want to train physically. I'm talking about exercise here. Then the second layer of existence is your breath. So you want to do a little bit of pranayama and breathing exercises to ensure that you have an extension of pran or vital life force in your body, which gives an overall better quality to your existence or to your life. Then the next layer of existence is your mind. So you want to train your mindset. Then you want to train yourself emotionally. You want to become more emotionally stable, emotionally intelligent. So the heart set comes into the picture. You basically want to take charge of yourself, your entire personality as an individual. So talking of your soul or your spirit, whatever you want to call it, there is a supreme divine energy in the universe which is running the entire universe, which has created you. And it has been scientifically proven that you are nothing but an energy, and you are the part of that greater supreme divine energy which runs the entire universe and other parallel universes alongside it. So you want to train your mindset, your heart set, your spirit, your soul. You want to get in touch with it. You want to re-evaluate your values in life. You want to re-evaluate your goals and your purpose in life, so that by the time the rest of the world wakes up, you are not in a reactive state. You have taken control of your life. You have taken charge of your feelings, your thoughts, and your emotions. And by the time you step out into the world and you get busy with your work, and these days I know most of you cannot literally step out of the house because of the lockdown, so you sit down at your desk with your laptop in front of you and your work starts. You are working from home. By the time you start your work from home and you start interacting with your bosses and your colleagues at work from home, you are not reactive anymore and you are literally unstoppable because you have your goals clear in your mind. And when you have clear goals, it leads to clear results by the end of the day. You have already reviewed your daily plan and you know what all you want to be able to achieve by the end of the day. So you are set. Your body is fit. When your body is fit, your mind feels more fresh and relaxed. Your mindset is under your control. Your heart set, your feelings, your emotions are under your control. You have great prana running through the length and the breadth of your body because you have done some breathing exercises. And your spirit, your soul is in the right positive place. So when you are positive, when you have a positive state of mind, you can only have positive thoughts running in your mind. And whenever there is a little bit of negativity or negative thoughts coming to your mind, you're already wise and mature enough to understand that you don't have to claw your fingernails into those negative thoughts so that they start lingering around and start bothering you. So allow the negative thoughts to enter your mind as and when they will, because it is the very nature of the mind to get diverted and run haywire. Anytime negativity strikes you, just let the negative thoughts pour in and let them go by, because thoughts are nothing but speeding cars on a highway. So you as an individual, in fact as a smart individual, want to just feed your mind consciously with positivity, with positive thoughts. And that is the positive mindset which I am talking about. A positive mindset naturally leads to a positive heart set and a positive spirit and a positive soul. That is the beauty of the power of thought. So when you have more positive thoughts in your mind, naturally you will inculcate more positive and happy emotions in your body. And when you feel more happy, you have positive emotions in your body, you feel more confident, you have more self-esteem, definitely you will have a healthier soul and a healthier spirit, and nobody in this world will have the power to stop you from achieving whatever you want to achieve for that day. The second reason why you should be waking up early in the morning is that science has proven that willpower is very much like any other muscle in the body. So the more you work a particular muscle, the stronger or the bigger it gets. The same principle applies to your willpower, the power of your will. The more you flex that willpower muscle, the stronger it becomes. And when you use your willpower throughout the day, you make constant choices which lead to constant, consequent results. So when you use your willpower muscle throughout the day, apart from becoming stronger, it also tends to get fatigued or tired, pretty much like any other muscle in the body. So let me tell you that when you wake up in the morning, pretty much like all the muscles in the body are all refreshed and they are recharged. And because your body has achieved maximum rest during a good night's sleep, all the muscles have been fully repaired and recovered. As all of you might know that muscle recovery happens during night time when we are sleeping, and for that the liver is hyperactive and all the amino acids and the proteins which you have ingested through your diet are utilized during night time, during your sleep time, and they are utilized to help in the recovery and the repair of the worn out muscles in the body. So by the time you wake up early morning, all the muscles, the entire muscle set of your body is rejuvenated, it is refreshed, it is repaired, it has completely recovered in terms of its energy and power and capability to do work. And pretty much like any other muscle in the body, the willpower is also the strongest at 5 a.m. in the morning. So when you wake up early morning, you can get more tasks done. And especially I'm talking about the tasks which require more motivation from your side. So most of the people usually require motivation to work out early morning. So that is what you want to wind up right in the morning when you wake up. So the moment you step out of bed and you brush your teeth and you have a couple of glasses of water and you have hydrated yourself, you want to be able to finish the tasks which require more willpower and more motivation from your side. Now, I want you to make a list of all the activities which require more willpower from your end. It can be workout, exercise, it can be finishing some daily boring chores, probably some boring paperwork, or some big lengthy assignment which has been lying at your study table for such a long time. Some boring pending office work, probably, which needs to be tended to, requires your signatures and whatever. So whatever it is that requires more motivation from your end during the day should be challenged, should be addressed and accomplished right in the morning between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., because that is when your willpower is at its peak. It is at its strongest, and you will probably require lesser willpower. You will probably require a lesser amount of coaxing or motivation to get those challenging or boring tasks accomplished. So you require lesser willpower to accomplish those tasks as compared to during the rest of the day, when you would require more willpower to accomplish those same boring challenging tasks. So if you are smart enough, you would want to accomplish those boring, challenging tasks before 8 a.m., because during this prime time, especially during this golden hour between 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., this is the time when you require the smallest amount of motivation to accomplish the most boring tasks. And once you cross that threshold of 8 a.m., once you are out of that prime time zone of your day, then definitely you will require much and much coaxing, more and more motivation to accomplish those same tasks. So you might as well finish all of that in the very peak of your willpower. You might as well finish it within 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., because that is when you can get maximum task done, maximum boring task done with lesser amount of willpower. So, my dear friends, between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., when your willpower is the strongest, you can do the things that you usually require most encouragement to do much more easily than at any other part of the day. Another reason why you should be waking up early in the morning is, like I have already told you, between 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. is like your golden hour. It is like your holy hour. And between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. is the prime time of your day. So between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m., your willpower is the strongest, your mental focus is the strongest, and you have maximum energy. Now, don't beat me down about energy, and I'm going to prove it to you why your energy is also the maximum between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. This is the prime time when you can get more done in a day than most of the people can get done in an entire month. Your mental focus, your mental health, your physical fitness is going to be world class, and you are going to be able to meet those deadlines with much more success, more happily, and people around you, your colleagues, are going to be wondering as to how you can accomplish so much more in a day than they can. Another reason why waking up early in the morning is a great idea for you is that you need to understand that your days are nothing but your life in miniature. And as you live your days, so you live your life. That is eventually the very quality of your life. So when the rest of the world is asleep and you are up, it gives you a tremendous psychological edge. It is almost as if it is a primary win, because you have already started your day while the rest of the world is still sleeping and has no clue about what you are up to and what you are doing already. So, friends, what happens is that it gives a great mental confidence to you, and it is also an extraordinary point of differentiation from the rest of the world, from the masses of the people that make up the world. So it gives you strength, it makes you feel brave, you feel strong, you feel loaded with self confidence, and in other words, you just feel like a leader. So if you start your day as a leader, feeling like a leader, believing that you are a leader, trust me, you are like this unstoppable force of nature, a force of nature to reckon with. And you will not just accomplish more throughout the day, but you will also stand apart from the rest and also serve as a source of inspiration to so many around you who wish to accomplish more and more in a span of a day. Now, so far, we have been talking about why it is so important for you to wake up early in the morning. Now let's come to the how. How can we do that? Because if I don't tell you that, then what's the point of just discussing the importance and the advantages of waking up early in the morning? So the first thing is to make this a habit. This new activity of waking up early in the morning so that you can accomplish more and more throughout the rest of the day. This new activity has to become a part and parcel of your life. It has to become a habit. And the latest studies which have been conducted by the University College of London have suggested that it takes at least 66 days to install a new habit into your system. I understand you must have heard of 21 days also and 40 days, but all of that is a talk of the past. The latest findings suggest that a human body, a human being requires a minimum of 66 days to install a new habit into their lifestyle, into their system, to be able to hardwire an activity, for example waking up early in the morning, to hardwire such a new activity into the mental pathway, to hardwire this new activity into a new mental or a neural pathway until it becomes a habit. And when you adopt this procedure, when you are on this path to convert this activity into a habit, trust me, you will encounter difficulties and you will encounter a lot of discomfort until you are able to transform this activity into a habit and make it a part of your neural architecture. You need to understand that any change that we adopt in our lives, any change is always bad at the beginning. It becomes even messier in the middle, but it is gorgeous at the end. So you want to practice this activity daily. You want to be able to practice this activity of waking up early in the morning, day after day, on a regular basis, on a daily basis, until this activity becomes the new normal in your life, until this activity becomes a permanent fixture, until it becomes a permanent part of your normal neural architecture, until you can transform this activity into a new mental pathway, a new neural pathway, make it a part of your new neurochemistry and convert it into a habit. Until you have practiced this activity for so many days, day after day, that not waking up early in the morning is not an option for you anymore. So that waking up early in the morning becomes the new normal for you. So that, how do I say it in a more interesting way? So that not waking up early in the morning is not a solution or is not an option for you anymore. So you want to reach a stage where it has become a habit and you end up waking up early morning every day. It has to be a habit. It can't just be an activity anymore. A habit like waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth. A habit of lunching every day. A habit of having dinner every day. or a habit of watching your favorite television show every day. Just like that, waking up early in the morning at 5 a.m. needs to become a habit in your life. You need to practice it daily, day after day, for at least 66 days, not 21 and not 40. Repeat it for at least 66 days, or let's round it off to 70 days to make it more convenient for you. 70 days is a great deal of time, is a lot number of days. But you have to practice this habit of waking up every day early morning. You have to practice this activity every day at a stretch continuously for 70 days, so that not not waking up early in the morning is not an option for you anymore. I repeat, my friends, not waking up early in the morning at 5 a.m. is not an option for you anymore. Another very important trick that you can follow in order to build this habit is to be able to get up at the same time every morning. So it should not be 5 minutes past 5 or 15 minutes past 5, thinking that, okay, it's almost 5 o'clock every day. No. I know that all of you follow a daily plan, so you must be having a daily schedule, a weekly plan. Some of you might be following the Monday to Friday style of a weekly plan, or Monday to Saturday, or maybe back to back Monday to Sunday. So whichever weekly plan works best for you, it's okay. You can follow that. If you want to follow this activity of waking up early morning at 5 a.m. every week from Monday to Friday, and give yourself a break every Saturday to Sunday, even that is fine with me, as long as you can be regular and consistent with it. So follow a weekly plan, maintain a weekly schedule, and on that schedule you have to mention a time of 5 a.m. as your daily wake up time. So wake up at 5 a.m. only. Wake up at the same time every day, Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, or Monday to Sunday, whichever weekly plan works best for you. Because then in that case, you will be able to build consistency. You will be able to build a ritual every morning, so that you can stick to it better, and you can be more efficient at following up on this activity. You can be more efficient at practicing this activity every day, day after day, for at least 66 days at a stretch, so that it can become a new habit and become a part of a new neural architecture inside your system, become a part of a new neural pathway which your brain can recognize as a new habit in your lifestyle. So every day, wake up at the same time. Every morning, wake up at the same time. Not 5:15, not 5:20, but 5 a.m. sharp. Write this time down. 5 a.m. sharp. Just write this time down on your weekly planner, weekly schedule every day. Monday to Friday, or Monday to Saturday, or Monday to Sunday. Another thing that you can do in order to build in some more motivation and inspiration to wake up early every morning is to follow this amazing 20-20-20 rule. It is a great tool which has been devised by Robin Sharma, and I'm sure that most of you must be aware of who Robin Sharma is. He's a world-class leader, speaker, and an author. He is also the author of The Leader Who Had No Title, and he is the one who has devised the 20-20-20 rule. It is the rule which all of you can apply to your mornings every time you wake up. So when you wake up in the morning, let's say at 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. to 5:20 a.m. is the time for you to work out and exercise and get fit. Because when you exercise, it has been scientifically proven that your body releases endorphins, or the feel good hormones. Your body releases dopamine, your body releases serotonin, and you start to feel more happy, more optimistic, and more positive about yourself as a person, your life, and the goals that you have set for yourself, both in the long run as well as for that particular day. So exercise. Then 5:20 to 5:40 is your time to plan and prepare and review your plans for the day. So I'm sure that all of you follow a daily planner as well. All of you leaders out there, all of you students out there. So you have a daily planner with you. Now 5:20 to 5:40 is your time to review your plan and make any necessary changes to it if there are any changes to be made. These changes will naturally, of course, pertain to making your day more productive, making you perform better, and making you prosper even more. So, if at all there are any necessary changes to be made to that daily plan, then now is the time to do so. Reviewing your plan will also give you more inspiration, more motivation, and more passion. So, when you have more passion to do your work, when you have more passion to achieve your goals, naturally you will have more energy in your body, energy in your mind to accomplish those goals. You will start to feel like a leader, and that is how you want to behave for the rest of the day if you want to accomplish more. If you also have a team working for you, if you have a team sitting at the table for you, then you need to think, act, and talk like a leader so that you and your team collectively can achieve more during the course of the day. So 5:20 to 5:40 is your time to revise and review your plan, make any necessary changes to it so that you can be more productive, you can perform better and more, and your entire day can become more prosperous. Then we have the last 20 minutes from 5:40 to, of course, 6 a.m. This is the time for you to learn because the future of this world belongs to learners. The more you learn, the more you can achieve. The more you know, the more knowledge you have, the more you can achieve in the world. When you know better, you can do better. And that is the rule which applies to the last 20 minutes from 5:40 a.m. to 6 a.m. You want to be learning more. So sit down, just plug in those headphones, listen to audiobooks, read ebooks, or if you want, you can just pull out the hard copy of a book. Read up, watch inspirational videos, technical videos, videos which teach you more stuff about your field, your line of work, your area of learning. Do all that extra research, learn more about your field, learn more, learn about the latest developments happening in your profession. I can just quote examples here, but the last 20 minutes should be dedicated to just pure learning. Because always remember, as Maya Angelou also said, and Oprah also believes, and Oprah is a world-class leader, as all of you know. I don't even need to ask you whether you know about Oprah or not, or whether you have heard her name or not, because there is nobody who does not know her. So if you want to aspire to become like her, if you aspire to become like yourself, if you aspire to become world-class leaders, then this is your time to learn. Because just like Oprah's mentor, Maya Angelou, once said, when you know better, you do better. So this is your time. The last 20 minutes of 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. This is the time for you to learn. This is your time to enhance your knowledge, and this is your time to know more so that you can step out into the world and do better. Always remember, education is inoculation against disruption. So if you want to double your income, if you want to double your scores, if you want to double your marks, and if you want to increase your rank, then you have to triple the rate of your learning. So get those audiobooks out, get those ebooks out, and get those hard copies of your subject material out. Read up on your career, read up on your profession, read up on that subject in which you have been scoring lesser marks. Read up on that subject which has been difficult and challenging for all of you till now, okay? Read up so that you can increase your marks. Read up so that you can enhance your grades, enhance your rank. The next tip which I can offer to you is to make a plan. Write down a plan. So whenever you are making a daily plan or a weekly planner, it can be a Monday to Friday weekly planner, Monday to Saturday, or a Monday to Sunday weekly planner, take a piece of paper and a pen and write it down. And on that weekly planner, for example, you're following a Monday to Friday weekly planner, let's say. So, on a piece of paper with a pen, Monday to Friday weekly planner, on a day to day basis, I want you to write down specifically this time of 5 a.m. I want you to write down specifically this golden hour of 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. as your holy hour, as your golden hour. Write it down, because when you watch yourself writing, something magical happens in your mind. The very act of writing deepens your commitment to it, deepens your commitment to that act which you are writing about. So, the very act of writing down 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. as your wake up time or as your golden hour deepens your commitment towards actually waking up early in the morning at 5 a.m. every day. The very act of writing just deepens it more and more into your awareness. The very act of writing down that you have to wake up at 5 a.m. every day deepens your awareness about this act, deepens your awareness about this activity, so that you are able to do it every day, day after day, early morning, every day at 5 a.m. The very act of writing down also gives you a better sense of discipline. The very act of writing down also gives more precision to your thoughts, gives you more focus. And I also want you to understand that the tasks that get scheduled are also the tasks that get done, are also the tasks that get accomplished. Always remember, my dear friends, that vague goals lead to vague results only. On the other hand, specific, clear cut goals lead to specific, clear cut results. And that is what you want in your life. So, you want to make a weekly planner, a Monday to Friday, or a Monday to Saturday, or a Monday to Sunday weekly planner. And on that weekly planner, on a day-to-day basis, day wise, I want you to write down specifically this time frame of 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., which is your golden hour. I also want you to write down specifically on this weekly planner about the fact that you must wake up at 5 a.m. every day, whether it be Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday or Monday to Sunday. I want you to specifically mention this fact. Write down this fact of waking up at 5 a.m. every morning. Because the more you write it down, the more specific, the more clear cut this goal becomes. And as I told you, specific, clear cut goals lead to specific, clear cut results. And when you have written down a specific, clear cut goal on your weekly planner in a day wise fashion, and trust me, writing in itself deepens your awareness towards it. Writing in itself gives you more discipline, gives you more focus towards achieving that goal. So you are writing down a specific clear cut goal, which means that 110% you will be able to achieve a specific clear cut result towards it. So you will be able to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, day after day. Last but not the least, of course, you need a great night's sleep as well. So, early to bed, early to rise is the funda which all of you have to follow. This is something which has been told to us since times immemorial. All our dada dadis, nana nanis used to tell us. Our moms, our dads have been telling this until they have gone hoarse telling this to us. So, early to bed, early to rise. If you are not sleeping well, how can I expect you to wake up nice and refreshed, isn't it? Also, you need to know that it is the quality of sleep that counts and not the actual quantity. So, 5 hours of deep, sound sleep are much better for me than 10 hours of restlessness and walking about and not being able to sleep and waking up from the bed every half an hour to have a sip of water, walking around, trying to settle down those nerves and trying to settle down those unsettling thoughts, but still not being able to sleep, then just plugging in those headphones and trying to listen to some meditation or some music so that you can coax yourself into sleep. That kind of shallow, interrupted sleep is not really counted. So, 5 hours or 4 hours or 3 hours of uninterrupted, deep, sound sleep is way better than 7 to 8 or even 10 hours of interrupted, shallow sleep or disturbed sleep, or a sleep process where you are getting constantly disturbed, or you are constantly waking up and then trying to sleep again, waking up and then trying to sleep again. So that is the kind of sleep that you want to avoid. That kind of sleep, although it may be for 10 hours, is not going to do much to rejuvenate you, revive you, and refresh your senses. Another thing that you can do to ensure a rich night's sleep is to stop surfing the internet and stop checking out your smartphones at least an hour before your bedtime. So, you want to make sure that you are not carrying your tablets and your laptops and your smartphones inside your bedrooms. Keep them restricted to your study table, and no surfing, no checking out your WhatsApp messages or your emails, or just surfing on Google, for random stuff which might be related to your profession or not, checking out stuff related to entertainment. If you want to do those things, do them, and then wrap them up at least an hour before your bedtime. So you don't want to hit your bed with your smartphone in your hand or your laptop by your bedside. Ideally, all these electronic items should be restricted to your study table or your living space where you are in the habit of working, but you should not be carrying these things into the bedroom, at least not the laptop and the tab. Now, most of you need to carry your smartphones into the bedroom because I do understand you might get a random important message here and there, or you might need to just check the time and some important stuff which might be lying there on your smartphone. But apart from that, no other electronic gadget should be able to make it into your bedroom at your bedtime. And even while you sleep, you should not have your smartphone right next to you. Apart from radiation and the risks which are involved on a physical level, on a health level, apart from that, you want to keep your smartphone as far away from you as possible so that the chances of checking out the messages on your phone, the chances of checking out your phone every time there is a beep or every time there is a pop-up or a notification become really less. So just keep the smartphone on a table, probably close by or slightly far away from the bed, and then hit the bed. But all in all, having said all of this, you want to make sure that you distance yourself from all kinds of digital distractions at least an hour prior to bedtime. If that is not possible, then at least half an hour prior to bedtime, you want to be able to distance yourself completely from all these digital based distractions so that you have some time to calm down, restrict the flow of the thoughts in your head, slow down the thoughts, slow down the cars on that highway, and just try to relax a little bit with a little bit of meditation. Just sit down quietly in a cool, comfortable corner of the house, or just lie down on the bed, and play out a gentle audio based meditation, or take a couple of deep breaths, do a little bit of deep pranayam, and get into that zone of sleep, get into that physical, that mental, that emotional space where you can prepare yourself as a whole to sleep, and send your brain a signal, a message that yes, nighttime or bedtime has finally arrived and now is a time to rest and not work. Probably a couple of chamomile teas can also help you with no stimulation or just a very low stimulation, but nothing more than that. Speaking of tea, you also should be able to make sure that there is no consumption of tea or coffee at least 5 to 6 hours before your assigned bedtime. Another tip which really works, and it is actually a very simple tip, is to keep your alarm clock slightly away from you. You don't want to keep your alarm clock right next to you, right next to your bedside, on your adjacent bedside table, because if you are going to do that, then at 5 a.m. when the alarm strikes, and if you are like most of the people, then you are just going to, with your eyes closed, you're just going to reach over and hit that snooze button on that alarm clock. If you are like most of the people, if you are not, then more power to you, and yes, congratulations. But chances are that most of us, every once in a while, even the best of us, every once in a while have that irritating, nagging habit of just reaching over and conveniently hitting that snooze button, and then that is not going to solve your purpose of waking up at exactly the same time every day in the morning, like I spoke about in the earlier half of the video, in the early part of the video. So you want to wake up at 5 a.m. sharp, and in that case, if you want that, then you want to keep your alarm clock slightly away from you so that the chances to hit that nagging snooze button don't arise, and you are actually forced to get up and step out of your bed just to be able to put off that alarm clock. Once you do that, voila, you're already up, you're already shaken out of your bed, and now you will be more motivated to start your day and to, attack the 20-20-20 rule with full force and with full momentum, and the chances of you stepping back into the bed are going to be negligible, almost next to none, or just none, if you are the inspired and the motivated kinds, which you will be once you start this practice of waking up early morning every day, and once you embark on this journey of making it a habit into your lifestyle. So you want to keep your alarm clock away from you, not so away that you can hardly hear it, but away enough for you to be able to shake yourselves out of your bed and hit it off, switch off the alarm clock, and then start with the rest of your day. Start with your 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. golden hour. Accomplish the most that you can within the 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. prime time zone, and then once you feel like a winner already, it's already a prime win. Once you start feeling like this voracious leader, there can be nothing that can stop you for the rest of your day. So alarm clock away from you, not close to you, not next to you. And speaking of the alarm clock, now this brings me to my next very simple yet a very powerful tip. The moment the alarm clock strikes, and let me even go as far as saying that it would be best to probably keep your alarm clock in a room adjacent to you, so that the very fact that you have to get out of bed to just switch off that alarm clock means that you are already out of bed. Now, speaking of getting out of bed, I want you to literally jump out of bed like a ferocious tiger or a lion, and not just crawl out of bed with a snarly, grumpy face. Jump out of bed with force, with joy, with excitement, because the moment you jump out of bed, you have to remember it is a ritual which you have to start. It is a 20-20-20 rule ritual which you have to execute every day from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And if you really think about it, it is not the willpower which actually works. It is the rituals which we perform that work every day. The very act of performing a ritual every morning from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. or from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. ensures that you are slowly, with every passing day, turning this practice of waking up early in the morning into a core habit of yours. You are hardwiring this practice into your mental pathway, into your neural pathway. You are making this practice a part of your permanent neural architecture. You are making this practice a part of your neurochemistry every day. Just by looking at this practice as a ritual, you have to look at it as a formal ritual which you have to perform every morning. And this is not just a matter of willpower. Yes, you do need willpower to jump out of bed, but the moment you jump out of bed, you have to look at the 20-20-20 rule as a ritual, just like Robin Sharma says. So once you create a ritual, then you create a habit. And if you look at all these world-class leaders and athletes and artists and famous actors and all these inspirational leaders across the globe, they are not just exercising their willpower to achieve their desired results. They are forming rituals. They are following these rituals every morning. So once you jump out of that bed, you want to look at this practice of waking up early in the morning as a ritual, and then you want to approach this 20-20-20 rule every early morning like a ritual. Approach it like a ritual and perform it like a ritual. And as a part of this ritual, you can do your morning affirmations, splash your face with cold water, have a tea or a coffee, and then just start with your 20-20-20 ritual. So my last tip for this video is, after you jump out of bed like a tiger, like an unstoppable tiger, I want you to not just exercise your willpower to go through the 20-20-20 rule. I want you to literally look at that 20-20-20 rule. If it is right here, look at the 20-20-20 rule like a holy golden ritual which you have to perform within this holy golden hour of 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Perform it like a ritual every day, so that waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, so that exercising and planning and reviewing your daily plan and learning these three activities which you are assigned to do during this 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. holy hour, with the help of the 20-20-20 agenda, all these exercises, all these activities which you are assigned to do within this time of 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., so that when you look at this ritual, when you perform these activities every day, not just with your willpower, but as a part of your ritual, you are converting these practices, you are converting these activities into permanent habits which get housed in your permanent neural architecture. And after a point of time, after having practiced and practiced for at least 66 days, like I mentioned right in the start of the video, once you have practiced these activities for such a long time, day after day, I should rephrase my statement, once you have been following and practicing and following up with this ritual again and again and again for so many days at a stretch, once you have been following this ritual for at least 66 days, trust me, it is bound to become a habit into your life. It will become such a hardcore habit in your life that not waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning will not be an option for you anymore, my dear friends.